Welcome to another video of mine where today I'm going to be doing a WordPress tutorial for beginner's guide. So I'm going to be showing you all the basics of using WordPress, like installing WordPress, writing your first post, how to install a free template, and tons more in this guide. And ultimately show you how to set up a website just like the one you see here for just $1 a month. Now, if you guys have never made a website or used WordPress before, that's totally fine. You can be a complete beginner to all of this and still follow along easily because there's not going to be any coding or anything complicated like that. Everything we'll be doing is simple drag and drop stuff. And no matter what type of website you're making, whether it be a personal website, a blog, or a website for business, WordPress has thousands of free website templates. So even if you don't like the look of this website, there's a bunch of others to choose from, which I'll show you guys how to get access to all of them. So if that sounds good to you guys and you have 30 minutes, stick around and I'll show you just how easy it is to use WordPress. Alright, but before we get started, I just want to go over a couple of quick basic things you need to know before starting your website. The first thing I want to go over is cost. How much is it going to be to build this website? So the only thing that you're going to have to pay for is the hosting. Everything else, including the domain name, WordPress, which is the free website building platform that we're going to be using, and the templates are all free. And if you guys are really new to this and you aren't sure what website hosting is or a domain name is, here's how I usually break it down for people. So your domain name is simply the name of your website. So for example, youtube.com, google.com, those are examples of domain names. And now for the hosting, try to think of it like this. If you're going to build a new house, you would need the land to put the house on first. So if you think of your website as the house and the hosting as your land, it can help simplify things a little bit. And so basically, your hosting is where your website is going to live online. You guys can use any hosting provider you want, but I'm going to be using GoDaddy because it includes a free domain name. It has a one-click WordPress installation, which really is going to speed things up for us, and it has a low price. So if you guys want to follow along step by step, that's what I'll be using in this video. Okay, so now we can go and start setting things up, and this right here is pretty much a small breakdown of what we're going to be doing along the way. So to start, we're going to go over to the coupon page on my website to get our hosting discount. You guys can go to the address here, or you can click on the link in the description box below this video. So once we get here, we can just click on this GoDaddy coupon and that's going to automatically apply the $1 discount code for us and then bring us to this page here. Okay, so now we're going to click on the Get Started button and we're going to pick our plan and we're going to choose the basic plan. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to keep the 12 months selected. And then after that, we can just go down here and click on Continue. Okay, now this is where we're going to select our free domain name. So whatever you want your website called, you can just enter it in here and see if it's available. And if you guys are having some trouble figuring out what you want to call your website, here's a couple of tips that can help you out. Okay, and then after that, we're just going to click on the Submit button to see if it's available. And if it is, you can click on Select and Continue. Then after that, we're just going to scroll down. You can see that we got our promo code applied. We're just going to go to click on the checkout button. All right, and then this is where we're going to create our GoDaddy account. So make sure you guys make a note of this info because if you ever want to log in your GoDaddy account, this is how you're going to do it. So once you create your account, just click on the Create Account button. And then this is the payment page. I'm just going to be using PayPal. Okay, and if everything looks good, it probably should be $12.18 and you can click on the Complete Purchase button. Okay, and so our hosting has been purchased. Now what we're going to do is install WordPress. So what we need to do is actually scroll down here, and then we're going to click on this manual WordPress setup. And now this is where we're going to create our WordPress username and password. And also make sure you guys make note of this info. You're going to use this username and password anytime you want to log into your WordPress website. So once you create that, you can just click on the continue button. And then once we get to this point, you guys can just scroll down here and you can select your location that you're at. It should probably be selected already. If it's not, just select it and then click on continue. All right, and now this is just pretty much setting up our site for us, and this can take a few minutes. Like it says, could take a couple minutes, could take 5. So just wait for it to load and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so as you can see, it says, congrats, your site is ready. Now after that, all we're going to do is click on the View My Site button. That's going to take us to our WordPress website. And as you can see here, this is just the blank template that they put on it. And what we need to do now is we need to go up to the top left corner and we need to click on the WordPress dashboard button. And this is where you're going to be able to control your entire WordPress website. But before we get into that, we're just going to add our domain. So if you click on this Add Domain button right here, it's going to take us to this page right here. And now just select your domain name and then make sure that box is ticked and then click on Attach. Okay, and then once we scroll down here, you're going to see it says we're working on updating our domain. Again, this can take a couple of minutes, so we'll just wait until that's finished. Okay, that's done. You can just close this box and then scroll back up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to close these pages and then we're just going to open up a new page. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in your website name, and at the end of it, you're going to type in /wp-admin. Now this is the address you're going to go to anytime you want to log into your WordPress site. So now once we get to this page, this is your login page. You're going to enter in your WordPress username and password that you created earlier. And now after that, you're just simply going to click on login. And like I said, this is going to be the way you log into your WordPress website anytime you want to. That's just going to take us back to our WordPress dashboard, and now we can start building the actual website. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is install our website template, or as it's called on WordPress, our theme. So to do that, we need to go over here to the left to Appearance, and then click on Themes. Okay, so when you guys get here, you're not going to see any of these themes because it's a brand new site. So what you need to do is go up here and click on Add New. Now this page right here is where you're going to find all your themes at. And if you go up to the top here, you're going to see a bunch of different categories. And if you click through them, you're going to notice a bunch of different themes here. Just going to go through them real quick. 8,219. And you guys can scroll through these right here and just take a look at them. Because like I said earlier in the video, that if you guys don't like the look of this theme that we're using today, you can just go with a different one of these right here. But if we scroll back up to the top, there's also a feature filter you can check out if you click here. And so if you guys have any specific things that you want this theme to have, you can go ahead and select them right here, and then you can click Apply Filters. And then that's going to show you all the different themes that fall into those categories that you selected. But the theme that we're going to be using today is called Fairy. So we're going to go up here to where it says Search Themes and type in Fairy. And here it is right here. And you guys will notice on mine too that it already says activated, but yours is going to say install. So right here, you're just going to click on install. And then after that, you're going to click on activate. And that's how easy it is to switch in and out of themes anytime you want. And anytime you guys go and click on and install a new theme, it won't change any of the content on your website. It'll just change the layout of it. So if you guys want to go through and test a bunch of different themes, that's okay. You can always go back to your original theme. And like I said, it won't change any of the content, just the look of it. So after that, if you guys want to go back over here to themes and just make sure that it's been installed, you can go right here and look, and it should say that it's active right here. Now the next thing we're going to do is edit some of our site info. So to do that, we're going to come over here to where it says settings and then click on general. Okay, so once we get here, this is where we're going to edit our site title and our tagline. So whatever you want your website to be called, that's where you're going to put the title of your site here. Since mine's a food blog, I just put in Life and Limes. And then your tagline, like it says here, in a few words, explain what the site is about. So I put in a family food blog with easy, well-tested, approved recipes. You guys can put in whatever you want, and then after that, after you filled that in, you can just scroll down here, and then you can click on this Save Changes button right here. And then after that, we're going to go back to the dashboard. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to add in your menu section up here. So we're going to go back to dashboard, and then we're going to go over where it says posts. And then after that, we're going to click on categories. Okay, and so once we get to this page here, this is where we're going to add in all our categories. Now, depending on what kind of site you guys have, you can determine what type of categories that you want. So for example, for a food blog, I've just included breakfast, chicken, dinner, gluten-free, lunch, pasta, and vegan. Because on my blog, those are the main categories that I'm going to be writing about. So whatever categories that you guys think are appropriate for your site, you can just go ahead and add them in right here. And so for example, say I want to add the category dessert. I would just type that in right there. And then you don't have to add anything right here or any of this. You can just click on add new category, and then it will simply add that category to the list here. And if you guys want to delete a category, all you have to do is select it right here. And you can either click delete, or you can go up here and click on delete and then hit apply. And that will get rid of that category right there. And once you guys have added 4 or 5 different categories, you don't have to click save or anything after that. You just have to click on add new category for each one, and it just automatically saves them to the categories here. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to go and add in these categories to your menu section. So what we need to do is go over here to appearance and then click on menus. Alright, so now we're in the menu section, and you guys won't have a menu yet, so all you need to do is click on create a new menu, and then you can name it whatever you want. It doesn't matter, it's not going to show up anywhere, it's just for you to see. So you can even name it menu 1 like I did. And then once you do that, we're going to go over here to where it says categories, and we're going to select that drop down menu right here, and we'll see all the categories that we just created. Now, so any of those categories that you want to select and you want them to show up on your main home page, you'll just select them, and then you'll click on add to menu. And you'll also notice here too, if I bring it down and then bring it a little bit to the right, see how it goes in like that? That means if I set this down right here, this gluten-free is now a sub item for whatever category that it's under. So under pasta, if you click that category on the menu, you would see the gluten-free menu also pop down. But if you don't want it to be a sub item again, you can just bring it over here to the left, and then it's no longer a sub item. And also you'll see this top link right here. This is actually a custom link that I made. And I always have a home button on my menu just so people can click it anytime they want to go to the home page. And so to do that, you go over here to custom links. And so whatever your website is called, whatever your home page is, you would just paste that URL in right here. And then for the link text, you could just put home like it says for my button. And then you can click on add menu. Okay, so now once you guys have all your categories where you want them, you need to come down here and make sure on this display location, this primary button right here, make sure that's selected. Because if it's not selected, then your menu is not going to show up at the top of your website. And then if you have that, make sure that's selected. You can come down here and click on Save Menu. And then after that, we're going to go back to the dashboard. And if you guys ever want to go and just check on how your site is looking as you're working on it, you can just go over here to where your site name is and then just click on Visit Site, and that will bring you to your home page. And then if you guys want to go back to your dashboard, you can just go up here and then click on Dashboard. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start adding in some content. So we're going to go over here and create our first post, and we're just going to click on this post button right here. And once you guys get here, it's just going to be a bunch of blank posts. There might be one example post, but for the most part, there's not going to be anything. Also, if you guys want to, once you have some posts, if you ever want to delete them, it's exactly like the categories where you just select it right here, go up here, and you click on Move to Trash. Then you can click on Apply, and that will get rid of that post for you. But what we need to do is go up here and click on Add New. And right here is just a basic blank post. This is what it's going to look like every time you add in a new post. You're going to have a spot for your title, whatever the title is of your article. And then down here is where you're going to put in all your content. Your words, pictures, videos, any links that you have to anything, that will all go down here. And if you guys notice this little plus button right here, it's called a block. If you click that, you're going to see a bunch of different stuff that's going to pop up. So anytime you want to add in some words, you would click on this paragraph. Or if you want to add an image, you click on the image. And then if you click here on Browse All, that's going to bring down a big drop down of a bunch of different things you guys can check out. And my recommendation for you guys is just to sort of make an example post, one that you're not even going to publish, just something that you can sort of play around with and click some of this different stuff right here and just see what it does if you think it's something that you might want to use. Here's also where you can add in a YouTube video. So I'm just going to click this for example. Now for this, all you have to do is go to your YouTube video that you want, and then you would copy the URL here, and then you'd paste it right here. And then you click on embed, and then your YouTube video will now be in your post. So I just jumped over to this post that I just created earlier, just to give you guys an example of what it's going to look like. And as you can see right here, I have my title, and then I have some text, and some more text, and then right here is where I included an image. And if you guys want to add in an image, all you need to do is go here and find that plus button, click on Add Block. And if you don't see image right here, you can click here, Browse All, or you can type in image, and then it'll pop up. And the more you use these two, the more that they'll just pop up automatically. So if we click on image, you can either go to upload if you want to upload a picture from your computer, or if you already have stuff in your library, in your media library, you can click on one of your photos right here. So I'll just click on this, for example. And then if you click on select after that, there's your photo right there. And if you guys want to center it, click on Align Center. If you scroll back up here and you click on this button right here, the settings button, that's going to pop out this whole other section. And if you keep scrolling down a little bit right here, you will see all those categories that we made earlier. And so again, the point for these is whatever your article is, whatever category it falls in, that's where you're going to select it right here. And so that way, anybody who goes and clicks on your menu section, when they click on one of these options up here, like dinner for example, they'll see this best classic hamburger recipe post in that specific category. And basically what that does is just help organize your site a little bit. And now if you guys are wondering how to get the images right here to pop up for each post, what that's called is a featured image. And if you keep scrolling down here past this point, past the categories, you're going to see the featured image is right here. And so mine says replace image, but yours is probably going to say add new. And so all you would do is click on that. I'm going to click replace image, and then that's going to bring you to your media library. And that's just where you would select your image. Just like uploading a regular image on our post, it's the same thing. Or if you wanted to upload a file, you can go ahead and do that, select your file, and then after you do that, you can just click here and set it on your featured image. And then after that, that's the image right here that's going to pop up for your article right here. Okay, and then right here, where this says tags, this is basically where Say if you want Google to find your article, what you would do is add a tag here, which would be like the best classic hamburger recipe. You might put in whatever your title is, you might put that in for your new tag. And that basically tells Google or other search engines what this post is about. So if I just selected this right here, then I put it here, and then as you can see it says separate with commas or hit the enter key. You can either hit enter or you can do a comma, and that's just going to add that tag right there. And now if we scroll back up here, you guys are going to see this was published on April 12th. And if you go over here to this new post, you'll see that it's not published at all. And this is because the post isn't live yet. And so if you guys want to make it live, all you would do is go up here. After you make sure you have your entire article set up the way you want it, you would just go up here and you click on publish, and then you click on publish again. And now this post is officially live. Or say you guys are working on a post, but you don't actually want to publish it yet. You just want to save the changes to it. All you'd have to do is go up here and click on save draft. And that won't post it, but it'll just save it for you so you can keep on working on it until it's ready to be published. Okay, now a couple other basic things I want to show you guys too. If you select some text right here and you just click on and say you want to bold it, click here. That's how you bold that. Want to get rid of it, same thing. Then if you guys want to take like this section right here and move it, because these are all on different blocks right here. So if you want to take this and move this section, you can just click on this arrow and bring it down. As you can see, it brings that under here. If you want to bring it back up, you can do that. And then if you guys want to add in a link, so if somebody goes and they're reading this and then they see burger, and maybe you want that to link out to somewhere else, to another website, click here and then you would type in that URL. So for example, google.com. Now, anytime somebody goes and clicks on that right there, it's going to bring them to google.com or whatever link that you have set up. And then if you guys want to get rid of that, you would just click on it here and then click this again and click unlink. And I'll show you guys too again how to do the YouTube video. I'm actually going to get rid of this right here. If you guys want to get rid of this, you just click on the delete button, get rid of that. Bring this back down, and then I'm going to click this. I'm going to click on YouTube again, and I'm going to enter my URL here, and then click on embed. And now right there will be my video. And then if you guys want to change the text color, you can go right here, click on text color, you can change it right there. Or else you can go right here and select whatever it is that you want to change the color to. You can go to color settings. You can change the text color. You can also change the background color. And also if you go up here too, you can click on the font size. You guys can change that too. And now what I would recommend for you guys to do is go out there and take a look at any other popular websites that are similar to your website and see how they're creating their blog posts and their articles, and try to kind of copy what they're doing a little bit, or copy the stuff that you like, but then also try to add in your own stuff too so it's unique for your site. And so that's pretty much going to do it for the blog post section. So after that, what we're going to do is just head back to our dashboard. Alright, and now I'm going to show you guys how to go and add some of this stuff here on the sidebar, like this image here, the search bar, recent posts, this other image, categories, and then this other image right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our dashboard, then we're going to go to appearance, and then we're going to click on widgets. Okay, so this is the widgets page, and basically this is just where you're going to go to add in a bunch of stuff for your sidebar. You guys don't have to add in anything here. Maybe you don't have anything to add yet. That's totally fine. You can always come back and do it later if you do have something you need to add. But to start for this, like for example here, the image is right there, and to do that, you would just take this, pick that up, drag that right here. I'm actually going to delete that though because I already have it right here. But that's how you do it, and bring it into the sidebar there. If we click here, you'll see that I have the image right here. And so this is a good place to put an ad here if you guys have an ad, or maybe some Google AdSense, anything like that. And this is the same thing with all our other images. All you would do is just click on the add image button. This says replace, but you just click on the add image button. Or if you already have an image like mine, you can click edit image. And you can go here and you can choose the size. Pretty much the perfect size for this sidebar is about 300 by 250 size image. So you guys can go and just pick up an image that's around that size and then upload it, and then just put whatever link you want here, whatever you want, wherever you want someone to go when they click on this image, you would put that link right here. And then if we close this up and we go to the search, this is just, if you scroll down here, you'll see the search button right here. You can take that, just drag it up here, and that's going to be, you always want to have a search bar on your site, so anytime somebody's looking for something specific, they can just go and click on it and search for whatever they want, and anything they search, those articles that are related to that search term will be brought up. And then recent post here, this is another good one to have just because it shows all your recent posts, and maybe they'll want to check out some other posts while they're reading another one. And right here, you can click on show number of posts. I have it set to 7. You could make it do 1 or 2 or 10, whatever you want. And then also I have another image right here. It's the same thing, pretty much the 300 by 250. And then also I have the category section, which is also good if people are just scrolling through and then they see the category, they might be interested and then they might click on it. And then for the last thing is just another image right here, and it's the same thing as all the other ones. 300 by 250, and then the link to whatever site it is that you want people to go to. So if you guys want your sidebar to look like mine, make sure you just have all these in the same order: image, search, recent post, image, categories, and then another image. And then it will look exactly like this, except for it will be custom with your recent post, your image, and your categories. Okay, now after that, we're just going to head back to the dashboard. All right, now to kind of wrap this up, I'm just going to show you guys how to edit some of these colors and different things here. So to start, we're going to go up here to where it says customize and then click on that. And then once you guys get here, I would recommend just kind of like I said with the other things, just kind of scrolling through it, maybe not clicking anything or changing anything, just kind of go through, check out everything. And a quick thing I wanted to mention to you guys too, the photos that you see right here were all from this free stock photo site called Pexels.com. You guys can go here if you need some images for your website. They're free to use, copyright free. You can just go here and search for whatever type of photos or videos you're looking for. Then you can save those images and then you can upload them to your site like I showed you earlier. But back over here, if we go to site identity, this is another spot too where you can edit your site title and your site tagline. Now if you guys don't want those, you can click on this button right here and it gets rid of them. Click it back on to put it back. And now remember too, anytime you guys do any changes, you're going to have to go up here and click on publish or else they won't be saved yet. So I'm just going to go back here. Next thing we can check out is the color section. So right here, if you guys want to change any of this stuff, so any of this stuff right here, you see green. If you guys want to switch it up, change the color to that. You can select whatever color you want. Same thing with the background color. You see this gray right here. Switch that to whatever you want. And if you guys want to add in a header image instead of just a plain blank section right here, this is the recommended size for it. You guys can do that. Just add image just like always. Just upload it and then click on publish after you're done. Same thing too here for the background image. If you prefer, prefer just a solid color, you can also add an image. And like I said, just kind of go through this stuff right here. You can just click on it. You don't have to switch anything, or you don't have to save anything. You can switch the stuff and then you can just not click publish, and that way nothing is saved, just so you guys can get an idea of what's what on here. That's kind of the best way to learn this stuff, is to just go and check it out and try it yourself. And before you know it, you'll be able to use everything on the site. And then once you guys are done making your changes right here, like I said, just click on publish to save the stuff, or if you don't want to, just click on the X and then click OK. Alright you guys, so it's pretty much going to do it for this WordPress tutorial for beginners video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you now should have everything you need to create your own website. So make sure you go out there and start adding content, start creating posts, and then share any of that content wherever you can to get more eyes on it. And remember to work at your own pace too, because otherwise it's easy to get overwhelmed with this stuff sometimes if you're new.